Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is your boy Crow. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today we're going to be doing a different type of video. This video is more to cover on updates and stuff like that rather than just doing what we did previously for Modern Warfare 3. I kind of skimped on seasons, but this time I want to start and keep them coming as far as Season 1, Reloaded, and then Season 2, Reloaded, and then so forth and going forward. Now, the difference in here between Modern Warfare 3 is that I'm going to do less editing in the video because I try to make it flashy, but there's really no sense in it. We're just really covering details and everything along that. Now, expect a new video tomorrow, and every video going forward that I upload, whatever it may be, it'll be 8 a.m. every day or every other day, depending on whatever the time I have available. Now, guys, let's get straight into this. So, Season 1 is bringing a lot of content, and I'm a little late on the game of covering this, but I have to say, man, I am thrilled to actually see this. This is a lot compared to what we had last year, especially with the launch of Season 1. They're bringing 5 new maps and a lot of new weapons. Actually, almost one in each category by the looks of it. There are 6 new weapons, and then they're also bringing back the one thing I love from Modern Warfare 3 is the jack kit. So that's actually going to make creating more classes and covering more classes a lot more possible. It's actually going to add more fun to the game, because I was actually complaining about this not too long ago, so it's kind of ironic. But that being said, Treyarch taking their own take. Now, we're not covering any Warzone or zombies because I don't really do zombies. If that's something you guys would like to see, then I would definitely do it. They have game modes and gobblegum, stuff like that, but we're going to focus on the multiplayer side of things. So, obviously, 5 new maps, and then they have 1 variant, and then they have 2 modes, more at mid-season, and then additional content they have coming planned, which is basically enhance your tactical planning with a new perk, score streak at launch, and plus other new perks and wildcards. We'll get into that as we get through the video here. Now, first up, we have Hideout for one of the brand new maps. This map it's actually looking really good. It looks like a pretty distinctive 3-lane map. Obviously it has more open cover, so given with that, it looks I saw this in a preview. This one actually is one of my favorites that I'm looking forward to coming up. It looks really fucking good. Next up, we have Harem, which they are saying is a small size map, but it's coming as a strike map primarily, but it's also being featured as a 6v6 map. It looks really fucking tiny, not gonna lie. I haven't played Stakeout, but I've heard that this might run for its money considering how the size differences and how chaotic it can be. Next up, we have Extraction. This one is a medium-sized map for 6v6. I've heard that it has a lot of mixed feelings from what other content creators have been saying, and it looks like it could be a miss or a hit depending on how you like your maps design, but it really depends. I haven't played it, so I'm about to give it a chance to see when it comes, and then I'll give my evaluation forward. Now, we have a remaster of Hacienda. Now, coming from someone who did play Black Ops 4 for a long time, I will say that this map, it was great in my opinion. I actually liked it. I used to play Sparrow. That was one of my main specialists, but obviously we don't have specialists anymore, so I don't know how this is going to play. The sliding mechanic is not all that different. I mean, we have dolphin diving, so obviously the middle of the map, they still have it, and everything's all the same, which it looks like it is. I mean, I don't think it'll play too differently, other than the fact that it's a pretty decent sized map. I wonder how they're actually going to do it, because I remember that map used to play a little weird considerably in Black Ops 4, because trying to flank on the right side where the pond is always been a pain in the ass. And the last brand new map we have here is called Racket. It is a small size strike map that is 2v2 and 6v6. They're not giving much details on the map, but I can see that it's gonna be another small size, but not as chaotic compared to Hideout or the other one that was mentioned earlier. So we'll have to see. I don't really know much about it. Now, it looks like coming this Christmas, they're gonna have a variant Nuketown map, which is pretty great. I mean, we know what to expect from that. It's the iconic Nuketown. I'm pretty sure this is pretty similar to the one from either Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 4, but I can't really tell. I like the color aspects of it, though. It's really colorful. It's what I've always come to enjoy from Treyarch maps. It's just the color and light that they put into some of these maps. Well, used to. Next up, we're going to be running with multiplayer modes. Now, multiplayer modes look pretty fun. I'm going to be doing that throughout my COD episodes here that I got to bring back, so that way I can continue rolling content if I don't have any class setups to do. First up, we have Ransack. Ransack sees you looting gold bars from crates dotted around the area of operations on 6v6 maps. Once gathered, secure your loot by bringing it back to your team's stash. Naturally, that collection needs to be well guarded. Oh boy, so if you're playing with a bunch of randoms, that's not going to be well. As the enemy team can raid your stash, meaning cohesive tactical planning, latrine looting, and defending is the key to victory. Reach the score limit or the time limit with the most gold, and your team wins. I don't know. I'm definitely going to check it out, but it's not really one of my type. Next up, we have Prop Hunt. There's not much that needs to be said. We all know that. That is a iconic part of game mode that is fun for everybody, and nice little touch on the mustache with the barrel. Expect additional and festive limited time modes to continue into the holiday season with a full reveal at Season 1 Reloaded. Obviously, we'll cover that at the Reloaded as that blog comes out. Now we're moving on to the additional loadout content, which is perks and wild cards. The first new perk is called Shadow. It's going to be in the second slot, and then it's going to be a strategic perk, which basically you just become undetectable to enemy traps and mines. I don't really see anybody using this because unless it has some type of counter effect to anything else, like the see-through walls, I don't find myself using that at all, or most people that actually have a smart class setup. Next up, we have Sharpenal Radar, which basically dealing blast damage to enemies will reveal them on the minimap. This includes any enemies affected by your area effect, tacticals, lethals, and field upgrades. I see this one being very useful, but at the same time, I don't see myself using it because I'm not much of a tactical person when it comes to lethals, other than the Semtex and me actually just throwing down assault packs to refill my ammo on the go, but each to one's own on their class setup. Now, they're bringing back the hand cannon, which is fucking amazing because I used the shit out of this back in Cold War. This is by far one of my favorites because in between of getting a chopper or getting an orbital VSAT or whatever is available, this right here is hands down like a tier way. Now, I don't know if it's going to count towards a nuke, and if it is, then that's going to be pretty lethal because then that's going to add to different types of interests of conflict when it comes to doing class setup videos, because that means I can't really use it in that sense because I'm trying to use the gun like I was back in Modern Warfare 3. Like, you literally had to use your gun to get the streak of a nuke, so definitely looking forward to this one. We have a new wild card coming called the High Roller, which this one right here is probably going to be used by me a little bit too at the time, depending on the weapon I'm using, but having 4 score streaks is very beneficial to me as a player because I love running streaks. That's what makes Call of Duty different from other multiplayer games that are first-person shooters and stuff like that. This one right here would carry that essence of carrying like a UAV, the chopper, then the hand cannon, and then running orbital VSAT, which I'm stuck on Black Ops 2 calling it, but perfect in my opinion, very additional. I see myself using this quite often. Now, there's a lot of stuff on rank play. I hadn't really thought, I said I was going to get in the rank play here, but I don't know exactly how I'm going to go about that yet, so I'm not really going to cover that particularly. There's a lot of new updates that they have, but I'm not going to be covering that since I'm not much of a ranked player just yet, so we'll see to that in the future depending on how things go and what you guys want to see. Alright guys, that looks like it's going to cover it for the base Season 1 launch. Other than that, I mean, like I say, we don't really need much editing or detail for that fact as far as flashiness goes for these type of videos, but I do want to say I will eventually get around to doing Warzone, possibly. Have never thought about doing Warzone because as a player, I've been primarily multiplayer. I don't see a lot of fun in Warzone, never have, but I'll give it a chance if I can, and it depends on the game modes that are available, but I heard that there will be a total of 177 weapons, including all the way back from Modern Warfare 2, so that's going to be a cross thing. That will allow for more class setups, especially just Warzone specifically, but depending on what you guys want to see, you guys have to let me know. This way I can get into it. I will do a couple videos and see how they do, but it's not going to be a permanent thing. It'll be a side thing, and just, I'm going to see how I feel about it. Other than that, if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe if you're brand new and enjoying the content. Make sure to turn on notification bells. And until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. This has been Chrome, signing out.